What's up, royals? Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a couple of hanging planters that I want to plant, and I'm just going to take you along on how I plant up some very pretty flowers for the spring. So I have my potting mix all ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and pour that into these 7.5 quart planting containers. So let's do that. It came with a little hanging thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my planting container. All right, so I've got my container filled about 2 inches from the top. You want to leave a little bit of room for watering so that your water actually waters the plant and doesn't just run off of the plant. So this is what we're looking like. Here I have some petunias. These can do full sun or they can do part shade, part sun. It's pretty hot in San Antonio, so I think these are going to end up being in full shade, because when I put them in full sun, they just die. They die immediately. So we're gonna try full shade and see how that does with these. If it's not looking great, we'll do some more sun. So I have my petunias. I'm gonna do 3 in a container because these petunias grow wild. They're gonna get really big. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place these kind of like outwards so that when they're growing, they will cascade over the sides instead of just straight up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make our little planting hole. All right, so we've got the planting holes, and I'm just gonna fill these with a little bit of fertilizer, granule fertilizer, just so they get a good start. Something cheap that I found at the hardware store. Doesn't have to be anything super expensive, you know, just get what you can get. Get a good fertilizer that's on sale. That's what I always do. Take my petunias, pop them out. Ooh, they were ready. Look at those. So I'm just gonna tease the bottoms just a little bit, pop them in. I'll put 1 white, do 1 purple on this side, and then we'll do another white in the back. And you don't have to tease the roots if you don't want to. It's just preference, really. Okay, and then you're just gonna backfill them. If you need a little bit more soil, go ahead and just pop over. Whoop. I just made a huge mess, but that's okay. Pop in between. Just place some soil wherever is needed, where you're seeing roots. Just backfill. And these are gonna grow wild. Petunias are really pretty vigorous growers. They do very well in containers. So I am excited to see how these look in a month or 2. So for this basket, I have 1 white petunia and 2 purple. So I guess they'll look a little bit different. We'll see which one I like better. So then for next season, I'll know like what kind of color combinations look good together. More color or more white, or what I just prefer in general. All right. So we're on to our second planter. I am so excited for these. Whew. You got something stuck at the bottom. I am making the biggest mess today, but that is okay. We haven't had any sun in like 2 weeks. I'm exaggerating, about a week. So I'm just happy to be back in the garden, getting my hands dirty. Okay, let's dig our little holes. If you hear noise over here, that's my son. He wouldn't go in the house, so he's out here with us, of course. Pop these out. Tease the roots just a tad. This one has enough soil, so that is good for me. I might just add one little handful, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. Oh, I'm losing little buds. It's okay. Okay. Alright, so we have our 2 planters planted up. You want to make sure that you water them in with a water-soluble fertilizer. And I'm going to use More Bloom. This is by Alaska. And this just helps with root production and blooming, or fruiting, flowering, whatever you want to call it. So it'll help, you know, your plants produce more flowers. So let's go ahead and water them in, see what we've got. Okay, so as for fertilizing, I just go with whatever is on the back of the container. For the More Bloom, it called for 2 tablespoons per gallon. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I have mixed up here. We're gonna go ahead and water. And these are gonna grow so beautiful when I tell you. Petunias are like the staple flower of the spring. They really are. They're really pretty. Give them a nice water. Usually when you see the water running to the bottom, when it starts to run out the bottom, is when you know you're good. Rinse all that dirt off. So I almost forgot, I wanted to show you guys how to hang this little chain onto your hanging basket. It's very easy. Just looks like this, a hook at the top, and then you have 3 hooks at the bottom. No, actually you have 4 hooks at the bottom. So there's little holes on the side of each corner. You're just gonna hook them into the holes. So then we should have 2 more somewhere around here. Here's one. All right, and there you have it. It'll look something like this. And it'll just hang. Very sturdy. And I got these hanging baskets from Home Depot, if you're wondering where to find them. All right, so those look wonderful. I am so excited to see how these turn out this spring. I will keep you guys updated on the growth of these, so make sure you look out for that video in a couple of weeks. And we'll do an update and talk about how I've been fertilizing and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, Royals.